What's good? What's poppin'? What's happening? Of course, what the fuck is up? It is the kid from Philly, the always so bossy, never so flossy, Mr. XOXO Vinny Blanco on your motherfucking stereo. Wishing she gets it pod. And hey, Greg, a beautiful broadcast on this Saturday evening. Sending you both nothing but light, love, positivity, energy, only with a Blanco can do so. Relationship horror stories.
I could probably put an ad right here for you too, but you gotta hit me up. Your ad could be right here. But back to the show.
Issue, and before we talk about it, when it comes to like relationships with me, is as an adult, like the things that I thought were relationships, they weren't relationships. It was just a lot of sex, or it was a lot of one person liking the other person more than they did. And that's pretty much, that was the story of my life from like 18 to like 22.
But it's so crazy.
And
people say be with a person who likes you more than you like them and you'll have a great relationship. And I feel like that's not true, and that shouldn't be the goal, because the best relationship for me was the relationship where we both craved each other equally, and we both felt like if I didn't show up in my effort, then you could bounce, and he felt like if he didn't show up in his effort, then I would bounce. And I feel like that's like a balanced relationship, because if you have a relationship and you just in the relationship because you love a person or you know them for a while, it's not going to work. But if you're in a relationship because you love a person, you spent time with them, you built a friendship, and you lust that person, like your whole point of being in that relationship, and the fun part about that relationship is to figure out every day, how can I love this person on a next level better? How can I surprise this person? How can I put this pussy on this person in a different way? It's way better.
Yep. Absolutely agree. Oh, shout out to even more people. Super Firstborn, Pretty Her. Who else is in here? Gruce Americana, and Corey is in here. Corey been working her ass off on this album. I've seen at least 4 or 5 of her chats. Us though, we be in here maybe just to do our own shows. I pop in every once in a while, but for the most part, I'll be on Clubhouse. But that doesn't, take away from the fact that Corey has been working her ass off. So shout out to her. I know it's Core, but I'm just call her Corey, and it's just how it's gonna be. Damn, I want a drink right now. I definitely need a drink. Boy, fuck, they scored. God damn it.
I'm playing.
Go ahead.
Hey, boos, how y'all doing? So I have a proposal for you two. Do you mind if I start like a little 3-person, just the 3 of us, like group chat on Instagram? Would that be okay with you? I know people don't really like group chats. I promise I won't blow y'all up. But I just was wondering if that would be a cool way to reach out and discuss some stuff with you, because I have some good ideas and collab opportunities that I think would be great for us.
Do it.
And fun, just in general. So yeah. How y'all doing? Everybody get the butters, you know what it is. Let's get it, let's go. As David So would say.
Yeah, make that chat.
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm all for group chats. I absolutely, in 2020, I learned how to actually use them. Because with iPhones, for some reason, they're a little bit different. Like now they have the threaded text, so you can respond directly into a message. So say if you sent a picture, you can actually comment on that. I was like, yo, I like this shit. So I don't know how Instagram works when it comes to that, if they have like threaded messages where you can reply. But I do know, trouble. Here comes trouble.
That's my favorite kind of wine.
Lord Almighty. Lord Almighty. So let me do the final I guess the roll call, and then we will start. I'll go from the most recent people back. Shout out to obviously Black Paco and the Nuts and Guts podcast. He is doing absolutely amazing. And we got some things in the works, so we'll just go with that. But shout out to Paco, shout out to DMBJ. I don't know what the acronym for, please tell us what DMBJ means. Does it mean DM me and you gonna give me a BJ like that? Maybe. Shout out to Pope Fitty. Pope Fitty. Shout out to him. Shout out to I am just. DMBJ is back again. Then you got Jeremy P. Green. That sounds like an attorney. Shout out to Jeremy P. Green. Again, we got Corey. We got Cloud Chase. Corey again. We got Inspector Yams, because you gotta inspect yams. Like, you know, a lady with no yams, pretty much just no. You do not deal with women. Hey.
The Lord put my ass where I could keep my eye on it in the front.
Something is truly wrong with you, friend. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Who else do we have? We just got a lot of people, but as usual, Shan is the person who initiates the show and starts the show. So now it is her floor. So go.
What's up, y'all? It's Shan from She Gets It Podcast. That is Greg from Young Black and Bothered. This is Loudmouth Stereo. The topic tonight is relationship horror stories. We're not trying to scare you guys out of your relationships. We're trying to share feedback on past experiences and relationships that were shit shows. So if you had a horrible ex, I need you to tell us about it. If you had an unforgivable first date, I need you to tell me about it. If you had a bad girl or a bad boy's gone bad, I need you to tell me about it. If somebody told you that they were crazy and you thought they were just playing and then you found out they was really crazy in the relationship, I need your ass to tell me about it. If you still fucking your dad's kid or your kid's dad, I need you to tell me about it. Like all of that shit and more. We talking about tonight, okay? If you got kids, put them away. So from right now, it is 8:53 on East Coast till 11 p.m. I need y'all to get it in. And you could get it in with us. No condoms needed because we are all in our homes. And you can just tell us straight up what the hell y'all experience has been. Because out of the 5 relationships I've had and 2 fucks, I got stories to tell. And I'm sure y'all got stories to tell. So don't just be coming in here and listening. You need to come in here, let yourself be known, say hello so we could get familiar, give us an experience. And if you want to stick around, stick around. If you want to share the show, please share the show. If you want to follow us, get into our profile and follow us. If you want to follow She Gets It Podcast, look it up on your podcast platform. If you want to follow Young Black and Bothered, please look it up on your podcast platform. But we about to get started, so don't be shy.
Absolutely. Everything she said and more. Jesus, what do you want? What do you want to start?
Okay, I want to start with, how bad was your worst ex?
Damn, for
The
me,
worst.
My worst ex, I guess I can say so. She wasn't a bad person. The relationship was just absolutely trash. She lived with like her mom, and her mom lived with her mom, and that's not saying she's bad, but it was just one of those things where like she really didn't want to do for her, and it just seemed like, you know, she was kind of like stuck in a rut, and
You know,
her
Greg,
and I.
too many
What's that?
pussies. That's too many pussies in the pot. It's enablement.
Yeah. And it was so weird to me because, like, you know, there are women who still live with their parents, and they're still got with their parents. That's why I couldn't judge her, right? So my issue wasn't that aspect of it. It was because it just seemed like she didn't want to grow. So when her and I first started dating, or when we first started talking, she was in school, and then she stopped going to school all of a sudden, and she was like, "I'm going back home. I'm gonna live with my parents. I'm at work." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, you know, we're talking," and then we started to actually date, and the more we dated, I started to ask questions like, "Yo, where do you actually work now that you're, you know, home from school?" And
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, well, I got a part-time." And I was like, "Wait, you left school to have a part-time job?" So she was like working at an elementary school, like after, what do you call it? Like after 3 o'clock, basically, when you're just watching the kids until their parents pick them up. I was like, there's no way, like, how much money is she making doing this? Like, you know, whatever your career path is, cool, that's fine. But in terms of her being a bad ex, the reason why she's probably my worst ex is because she lied to my mother. She lied to my mother, she lied to my grandparents, and she lied to me. Oh, she was out here, I guess, doing dirt. So there was that. but she told my mom that I was going to help her pay her student loan debt. Now, we never
What?
had this discussion. Yeah. So we never had this discussion. So my mom, and I quote, she says, well, Greg, such and such person said that you were going to pay the student loan debts. And I was like, yo, I work a 9 to 5 like she did, like she
Come
should.
on,
So how
Warbuck.
the fuck am I? Yeah. So my mom says, but did y'all have this? Full transparency, like she came from where she lived at or where she still lives to DC to spend the summer with me because she was like, oh, I'll come down there and like hang with you and everything like that. And I'll stay with you. So she stayed with me. But at the time, I was staying at my parents' house, at my grandparents' house. So it was one of those things where my grandmother's like, hey, nah, you ain't gonna be in here like fucking her or, just doing wild shit if
Yeah.
one, she ain't working, and two, like you going to work every day. Why the fuck can't she? So I ended up getting her a job. So she got a job when she was down here, and the job lasted 2 days. So I was like, wait, like, what the fuck? Like, 2 days? How the fuck does this happen? And it was at a hair salon. So she was working at this hair salon for 2 days, and shit just like went left. So the first day went good. She was like, oh, I like the salon, blah, 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 blah. Cool, you like the salon. Day two, she was like, oh, no, I don't like it. I'm not going back to work. I was like, what? How the 2 days? So she was so lazy that she didn't even go get her check for the 2 days that she had worked. So I told her, I was like, all right, we'll look for another job for you, blah, 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 blah. And, she's looking for these jobs. She's staying at the house. So who's at the house? My grandmother, right? So my grandmother's like, yo, this girl, all she do, she sleep until like 12, 1 o'clock. And then she gets up and starts her day. But then when she starts her day, she don't do nothing. She just sit on the edge of the bed and she looks at jobs and she looks at TV. So I was like, yo, this is what like women talk about that men do. I didn't know women do the same shit, right? So my grandmother and I, we had a spat. So my grandmother, she said, well, you need to find a place for you and her if she's going to be down here to
Yeah.
like go and get an apartment or something like that. So naturally me, I'm like, hey, yo, I'm trying to fuck. I'm trying to do like, things at that age. So I go and I find an apartment, but I couldn't go and look at this apartment because I'm working. So I asked her, I was like, yo, like, can you go look? Because you have a car and everything. You're still down here. But I'm going to ask my mom to go with you because, I believe you would pick up a nice place. But at the same time, I need my mother to be there. So my mom goes. And at this point, anybody who has an apartment or has ever gone like apartment hunting, they tell you, hey, if you like this place, you can sign up for it. But is it going to be you? Is it going to be you and her? Or like whoever's going to live in that house has to be, what do you call it? Like they have to be on the lease. So once she found that out, she started to freeze up. So she freezes up and she walks out. She walks out of the meeting that they had at the apartment complex. And my mom, she steps outside with her. She's like, yo, what's wrong? Why did you just freeze up and leave? And she says to my mom, she was like, well, I have too much debt to sign a lease. So I was like, yo, what the fuck is happening? So my mom calls me and she's like, you need to talk to her as soon as you get home. The issue is I get back home, she's already got her bags packed and she's leaving. Like she's going back to where she came from. So I asked my mom and my grandmother, I was like, so what did she say to y'all? So they sat her down on the couch and apparently she was 180, I think it's like, no, 46,000. So she was $46,000 in debt from student loans. And she told them that I was going to help her pay for those loans. And I was like, yo, I never asked, we never had this discussion, nothing. So her and I, we break up. So we break up and she moves back. As she moves back, she's on Twitter talking shit about me. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do? So the reason why she's like my bad ex is because I don't want to say she was a deadbeat, but she was like, she didn't have anything going for her. And as a result, she tried to flame me on Twitter and social media for it. So I had people saying, oh, well, you dogged her out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how did I dog her out? She was a deadbeat. Like, that's not fair. So to me, she was probably one of my worst exes.
Yeah. That is like, that's what happens when your kids stay around you too long.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a goal and you don't make them have a goal or a deadline and they feel like they always have an option to fall back and chill. So yeah, so because you didn't, your family and you didn't enable that, she was so quick, instead of figuring out what the problem is with her, to pack up her shit and go back to where nobody addresses the problem. So
exactly,
good for you. Okay,
yeah.
good.
Now I was if and when the podcast takes off and we become famous and that person messages me and she's like, oh, you talked about about me on the show, everything is true. Nothing I'm saying is like unfactual, and I would love to talk to her about it because we haven't had that conversation to this day. And the reason why we didn't have that conversation is because when I tried to address it, she had already kind of ended the relationship. So she was the one that broke it off. She ended it, and I was like, "Oh, like, oh,
Because she knew
my
where it
parents
was.
feel this way."
She's not an idiot. She's just used to people not addressing shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wish all the best for her, but it was just like, damn, like, I never experienced like an ex that was that bad. Now, I've had, women cheat on me because they thought I was cheating on them and vice versa. But we don't get to those like horror stories, but that one to me was my worst. And I'm sure people have even crazier stories. Like, shit, we got 3 voicemails already. So, I mean, who knows what y'all gonna say in these voicemails?
Play them sheets. Yams. What's up?
Come on, Yams. You gotta leave voicemails, buddy. Here we are. Damn,
Greg, it is both. It is Core or Corey, and actually Corey is the Greek pronunciation of the name, which is the original pronunciation or origin of the name anyway. So, love you.
I love you too. She's still Corey to me. I don't care. Corey. She's at the core of our hearts. So shout out to Corey.
What's good? What's poppin'? What's happening? Of course, what the fuck is up? It is the kid from Philly, the always so bossy, never so flossy, Mr. XOXO Vinny Blanco on your motherfucking stereo. Wishing she gets it pod. And hey, Greg, a beautiful broadcast on this Saturday evening. Sending you both nothing but light, love, positivity, energy, and all with it Blanco can do so. Relationship horror stories. I was once with a gentleman for 2.5 years, 10 years my senior, with a 4-year-old son, who cheated on me 1.5 of the 2.5 years we were together. We separated, reconciled.
Do you hear this? Do you hear this silence? Yes, this is a space where your ad could be played about your product, where your ad could be played about your business, about your show, because I believe we can all be great on different shows and platforms. So if you're looking for ad space right now, your ad could be playing here instead of me talking and instead of this silence. So next time when I do an episode and you want to promote your show, your business, or your services, hit me up at shegetitpod@gmail.com. Now back to my show. Don't say I never gave y'all anything. I'm giving you this space to be great.
Became friends for about a few months. Then he faked his death for 3 years.
What?
Right after that. And had his friends all play into it. I was living in Philadelphia. He was living in New York. And so I really didn't know everything that was going on until I stumbled upon an Instagram account that was tagged by one of his friends who said he was dead in the first place 3 years after I found out on Facebook he died.
Gee, what the? Here I am thinking that, my story was like, damn, that's not even a horror story. That's a horror movie. He killed himself off.
Wow.
Yo, you really have to be a shitty person to say, you know what? I died to get away from people. Like, wow. Damn. You are a really shitty person.
Okay.
Shout out to Vinny.
Listen, what is my worst ex out of the 5? Shit. The worst. Okay. I'll say the best friendship that I've ever had with one became my greatest nightmare. And unfortunately we have a kid, so we're forced to have some sort of relationship still. So that's kind of really weird. I'm still trying to figure that out. But while I'm trying to figure it out, I'm forced to figure it out because we have a kid. Mm-hmm. It was like we met, and of course he's 7 years older than me when we met. And he lied about it by a year, which should have been like a red flag. Like, nigga, why are you lying about a year difference? And I was in college. Fast forward now, we have a 3-year-old. And and he just had like insecurity issues and not being able to tell the truth, and it just snowballed into like a fucking shit show. And it's just like a lot of shit that could have been avoided that wasn't because of pride and ego. But I think now that he realizes, like, sometimes I feel like he realizes that he was in his own way. And then sometimes, like the discussion we had yesterday, like when you and Paco called and the girls were like fighting and arguing, and he was like talking to me. It wasn't aggressive, but it was loud on the phone, as if like he has to be loud to get his point across. And I have to listen to that sometimes and be like, all right, let me just let him get this off, and then let me just, answer his questions. And then he says things like, I don't know how we got here. And my eyes got big as shit because I wanted to be like, sir, you are the reason why we are like this. Like, you lying about you being in a relationship for like 20 plus years is why we're like this. You coming in my driveway and deciding to want to fight me as a man is the reason why it's like this. You being involved with my first kid since she was 3 months, and then it got to a point where you couldn't be around, and now she has to see you with your child that we have, and y'all have no relationship, is why she has like a jealousy issue with our kid while she's here at the house. And that's why they fight so much. And so he says shit like, man, I didn't want it to be like this, but since you did everything, this is what it is. And it's like, wow, sir, there's no ownership sometimes when he says shit that really like turns me off. But at the same time, I'm just like, I'm not in charge of this man's healing. That's not my job. That's on him. But it takes a lot of me to not say shit when he has no accountability for why the fuck we have to, have the relationship how we have to have it now. So I would say that's the worst of the worst. But at a certain time, it felt like the best of the best. So yeah, that's a shit show.
Oh Lord. Now, we got some voicemails, so we got to go into these. So go ahead.
Let me play them. My God.
Okay. All right.
Next.
Hey, Vinny. Mr. XOXO Vinny Blanco in the building. Hey. Yo, I got a lot of horror stories. I'm about to blow y'all up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them one at a time so that we can discuss them, because I don't want to just keep leaving each one of them back to back to back, and then you hear all the stories, but then I'm responding to your responses and it gets all messy. All right, so next message is going to start the first small snippet of how crazy this shit gets.
Holy. Oh boy.
He didn't kill himself to get away from anybody else but himself. Trust and believe that. I mean, toxic is toxic is toxic. You know what I'm saying? And, at the end of the day, at the core soul part of it, I was 18 years old and I did not love myself. So I was always looking for external validation from other people, which is how I ended up in that relationship anyway, because anybody who's 18 knows better than to get to a relationship with a 28-year-old man with a 4-year-old son. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was already shiesty. And I met this gentleman through a failed love interest prior to him. So, I mean, it just was a recipe for disaster, before I even got involved. And me and my dumbass looking for love and acceptance and all the other shit got myself involved. I'm so glad that I'm 29 now, going on 30 in April, and love myself. And I can say that with my chest and just have very little tolerance for the bullshit. I know better than that. So it won't ever happen again. But I'm sure that old man now, because he's 39, is still just as toxic as he was.
Oh, absolutely. Isn't that how it works though? Like, if you were toxic at 20, like you are like even worse at 30.
Yeah, people like to say, "Oh, they're immature because they're this old." Listen, there are people who are immature in their mid 40s and their 50s. Age don't mean shit. It's a decision for yourself to recognize that you full of shit and you need an enema, and now it's that time. And some people don't ever feel like they've ever full of shit, and so they continue their fuckery.
Mm-hmm. That shit's sad though, man. What else we got?
So you know how you get on a online dating app or whatever with the, you know, all that shit. Because that's what we doing now, I guess. Oh, God. I should have been born like maybe 10 years earlier, but all right.
Me too.
So what had happened was I was like, bet, right? I'm in a new area. I moved out to Colorado. And I was like, I gotta find me a man's or whatever. Like, I'm already doing my thing in grad school. I'm trying to find me a man's while I'm out here. I'm trying to get married, get this degree, scoot, scoot, you know, have some babies and be done or whatever. So, basically.
Oh my God. It's about to get.
It's gonna get spicy real soon.
You know, like you gotta. I'm sorry, somebody just fucking blowing me up right now. But basically, what had happened was, I was like, cool. I don't really know the area and all that, and I need to make sure I'm safe, right? I ain't got no family, no like real close friends yet.
Right.
Like besides 2 of them that I technically barely know, but we like really connected real quick, right? So I was like, I'm gonna meet this bitch at a public area, right? So I met this man. Well, he's not really a man considering what he did, right? But I met him at Starbucks, and I had planned to go to my big brother, as I called him, soccer game afterwards, which was just down the street at the gym. So,
we going somewhere. We getting dicey.
I met him at the Starbucks. He seemed nice or whatever. Like, he looked like his picture, kinda. He looked a little bit uglier than his picture, but like he was still cute or whatever, kinda, I guess. You know, like personality was hopefully gonna help that, and he wasn't like busted. So he bought me a coffee, and that was nice. You know, he automatically offered to pay and everything. So I was like, okay, good start. But the conversation was slacking. We was sitting there for like 5-10 minutes, not really hardly saying anything. And then all of a sudden, he trying to lean in and kiss me and stuff or whatever, right? Fuck is that?
Already?
I don't know you, star. I don't know you, star. So I back up, like, I lean back in my chair, and I'm like, nah. And I turn my head, and I put my hand out, like, nah, you're not, nope, like, we barely been here, right? We barely been here.
Who does that?
That would all over coffee.
And then you have coffee breath? Oh, sorry. No.
This motherfucker had the nerve to be confused, then went back to the same bullshit for the next 5 to 10 minutes again, not really talking, not really having no good conversation, no nothing, right? And then gonna go grabbing me by the back of my fucking neck, pulling me in, trying to kiss on me and shit again, but trying to like force that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we don't play that. So I put my hand up to his throat because I was like, if you're going to pull me in towards you, that's going to push my hand onto your throat and choke the fuck out of you. So I'm going to make you choke yourself with my hand because, like, you're not going to force me to kiss you. I already done told you no. Mind you, we in a whole Starbucks. The Starbucks full as fuck, okay? There's not one. There's like maybe 2 tall, uncomfortable ass stools that's empty. None of these motherfuckers looked at us, said nothing. Ain't nobody come rescue a bitch. Like, nobody cursed.
Listen, they don't. They just worried about their coffee. That's crack, okay? Starbucks is crack to Americans, and they know it.
Yes, it is.
So, because nobody else was clearly going to help me, and because the Starbucks motherfucking parking lot at the time was fucking full, so I had to go to the side street behind the goddamn Starbucks, which, like, barely got any fucking traffic. So I'm like, I'm not going to walk out and have this man follow me and be creepy and then get stuck behind there where nobody is and have him being all up on me or whatever, right? So I'll go to the fucking bathroom, lock myself in the motherfucking bathroom, call my big brother, like, is you like almost at the gym or whatever? He's like, yeah, I got here
Right.
early. You know how I am. I was like, yeah, I know how you are. So like, can you come get me? I'm at the Starbucks right down the street. Like, this man is scurry. Like, you could just, like, if you could walk here, because I got my car, so like I could drive us back to the gym, but like I need you to come, because like I don't want him to follow me up. So my big brother came and got me, and I dipped the fuck out.
Yo, why do men feel like they can do that?
Because they crazy.
Oh my god.
Well, I was in a relationship and I had got pregnant by a man 2 times. And then, you know, he tried to make it up to me and stuff because, like, I had got rid of my children and I'm still fucked up by that time. And then, not only that, this man wound up having a baby with another woman after he did the most.
First of all, there was levels to the story. She said she met a man, she got pregnant by the man, then she got pregnant by the man twice. And
No, wait, whoa. Hold on 1 second. So you said she got pregnant and then she got pregnant twice, or did she get pregnant 2 times? Because it was like, that's 3.
She got pregnant 2 times. And she said she got rid of them and he apologized. And after she got rid of them, she found out he had somebody else pregnant. Listen, some men out here really take soiling their royal oaths seriously. And they skeet and whoever they meet. And sometimes you have to really take your time with males out here because they feel like you should take the fact that they want to get you pregnant as a couple, and you should be honored to carry their skeet.
Fellas, I'm gonna say this: if you don't want to pay up a check, keep that dick erect. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't go soft. And you know the only reason we're going soft is because we done let it off. So don't go soft.
Don't
go soft. Just keep. If you gonna nut, just slide out. I know it. I get it. The pussy be good. It'd be like, oh my god, this shit is. It's fascinating how good pussy is. But 18 years of your life is not worth 7 seconds of nut. It's not. It's not. Just don't do it. Reconsider.
Okay, I have some fuckery that I just read.
Uh-oh.
Kanye West gave Kim Kardashian 5 Maybachs for Christmas in hopes that she would divorce him. She's still divorcing him?
I've only been saying this. I've been saying this shit about Kanye for how long have you known? You've known me for a minute at this point. And at every chance I can say something bad about Kanye, I do. I can't even do it anymore because I don't feel bad for him. I feel bad about the kids. And you know, Greg love the kids, but that's a relationship horror story right there.
Listen, that should be the mascot. Relationship horror story mascot.
Physical age does not show up when it comes to the conversation of trauma and healing and emotional maturity. And that's something that you learn as you grow and as you get older. In my life experience, most of my 20s have been kind of spent with people who were a lot older than me because I thought that I was bypassing immaturity in some type of way. But what I came to realize was that emotional immaturity has nothing to do with age. And a lot of times, even though I was a lot younger in these type of love, interest, and situationships or entanglements, if you will, I was the more mature person in the situation because I had done the most, growing. There were a lot of places I was broken, but there were a lot of places I was a lot more mature at the same time. And so I think that this is something that the conversation that needs to be had for sure. Absolutely.
Do you think that a lot of people they get into relationships feeling as though like that person is going. I don't want to say complete them, but they get into the relationship hoping that that's their better half, even though they're
Yeah.
already broken and incomplete.
Yeah. You can't. It shouldn't be. I'm looking for my better half when you ain't even better. You ain't good.
Yeah.
So how you about to match somebody that is good with something that is not good, and try to mooch off of that and live off of that? Why can't you just meet another person as a whole being? Somebody who is understanding of who they are and is aware and acknowledges their cons as well as their pros.
Yeah. It's just weird, just even thinking about it. Because I'm like, how many times have you heard somebody say, you know what, like, you complete me? I'm like, but you didn't say that to two other people. Like, how many people complete you? What are you then? Because
Man,
if you are,
there's a song by Emmanuel called Need You. And the lyrics are like, you feel different, you taste different, you seem different. And then he goes, I feel like I need you to breathe. And I said, Chantal, do we want to be with somebody that's so good that you feel like you need them to breathe? Hell the fuck
nope,
no.
not at all.
That's
Not one
enable.
fucking bit.
That's into the, like, you have gone beyond the vagina, sir. No, I don't ever want to feel like that about a person.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, I'm gonna play these and then I'm gonna get into the next question.
Listen, Cora. Hey, baby. Listen, this is where you made the mistake. You said you went to Starbucks. Bitch, that's for white people. You not supposed to meet no man in no damn Starbucks, bitch. Hell to the no. That's why you fucked up. That's why they want to worry about your ass. They don't care about us. They don't cater to our demographic. Girl, child, please. They don't need any money to Trump.
You heard it from Vinny.
Listen.
That is the Vinny commandment.
I have nothing to say.
I just want you to understand the level of crazy. I go home after the soccer game and everything. This dude messaged me like, hey, I had a great time. When do you want to hang out again?
No.
Sir.
Oh, no.
He thought that was a great time.
Sir. I don't. Ever. He was like, what you mean? We had a good time. I thought we had a good time. Where? Where did we have a good time? He was like, well, you're weird because I always do that. And all the women I fuck with like it. And I was like, well, I don't know where you find these women, as you call them, but I don't play that. So.
Yeah. Here's my question. Guys and women say, like, things like that, like the women before you, they didn't complain or they didn't say anything bad about it. The reason why they didn't say anything is because they ain't around. That's why you still out here dating.
Hello.
Like, if they like that shit, they would be there.
Would never be on a date.
Yo, like what? Oh my god, man! I don't even have an answer for it. That's crazy as shit.
Some people are really dumb.
So I realized that I was toxic. And how I found that out was because, like, I got in another relationship, right? And then I had brought that toxicity, that, whatever. I had brought that with me. And this man was just as bad as I was. And then, like, toxic after toxic is not cool. It's not cool. But he wanted me to be his baby mama, too. And I'm like,
no.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Well, the thing, gotta stop. What dudes really, they think that, like, getting women pregnant, like, they can go away like gummy bears, like Haribo gummy bears or something. Like, stop nutting in women that you don't want. Like, what is so hard about that? Like I don't get it, man. I just don't.
Ask
But
Future.
yeah, I'm not going to do that because not only did he do it once, not only did he do it twice, he kept going. But here's the thing: a lot of guys that they'll say like well, Future got all these kids. Future got future money. Like you don't even have a future. So what the fuck are you talking about? Like no.
Future does music, and he also has his family and businesses for him. He owns a lot of property in Atlanta and other places, so he can do what he does.
Exactly.
Y'all ain't doing shit but clocking in at work.
Exactly. Don Quavius, you sitting here talking about all the things that you gonna do and how many bitches you got. Don Quavius, DQ, whatever fuck you want to call yourself. Like, stop nutting in women. Like, I get it. It feels great. It's sensational. But just think about what's gonna happen in the future. Like, when you wake up in the morning, do you want to see that? More importantly, do she want to see you? Stop nutting in people for a place to sleep. Stop nutting in people because you think, hey, your kids might come out cute because she fine and you ugly. That's not how it works. Just please stop. 2021, y'all gotta stop this shit.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Yeah.
I think I need you to breathe. Come on, she gets it pod. You better come through, ma. Absolutely, that's my song, girl. But yeah, that's a toxic ass song. Absolutely, that's a nigga who got a problem. Absolutely, that pussy got cocaine in it. Yes. Woke up, the person coke up. I just hit them with the low cut, then call my folks up. Yikes!
Yeah. Oh my.
Listen, I love that song so much. It sounds so beautiful, but it's really a man caught up on some unbelievable pussy.
Mm-hmm. Vinny, I didn't know where else to go. I didn't know the area yet.
I'm sorry, Corey. Sorry.
Yeah.
Guys and women.
Getting women pregnant. Like they can go away like gummy bears, like Haribo gummy bears or something. Like stop nutting in women that you don't want. Like what's so hard about that?
Equal.
I can't hear her message. Why is it playing us?
Oh, I think she had it on 2 different devices. So basically she was probably like listening, but then she was like responding from another phone so she could hear it as she was leaving a voicemail.
Oh,
so
we can hear your message. Do it again.
Please.
So I got smart. I start pushing them kids out. Like just the sperm, like here you go. There you go. There you go. Because like I cannot have any more babies by a crazy ass nigga. I'm tired. I don't understand. Why can't I just be with like a normal person, like a regular guy?
Listen.
Yo, she said she was squeezing that nut out. She said, get out of me. Oh my goodness.
Any man trying to eat inside of me, all the babies gonna be like, oh my God, the door is sealed shut. It's like a cave in here and it has a dead end. You're damn right.
Mm-hmm.
Glasses back around. Ain't nobody getting comfy couch. Nope. This is not it.
At all.
There is no exits here, okay? Go back. Retreat. All right. So my next question is, has anybody had or experienced any unforgivable first dates? Me personally, I've never been on a date with someone I didn't know. So I can't tell you about any first dates because that's not how I finesse my man pieces. So please, anybody on here that has an unforgivable first date, please share. And Greg, if you got one, share it.
Yeah. I'll just run down the list instead of just going into the stories. So the horror stories I have enlisted. That time I got called out. If you want to hear the story, just let me know, Shaq. So that time I got called out for almost cheating, and she baited me on social media and sent everything to my girl. So there was that. The next horror story was the girl who wanted me and my homeboy, and she fucked off on him. I told that story before about her, and then she ended up fucking with my boy, and then she broke up with him. So that was that whole story, which is definitely a horror story. First date horror story, the chick who drunkenly told me that she had herpes as she was getting drunk at the bar. That one, yeah. I guess I can like briefly talk about this one because it didn't last that long, that date.
Oh,
So I met this girl on, yeah, I met this girl online, and we're just getting to know each other at the bar. So this is before like my wife and everything like that. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to this girl, very attractive chick, and we just go to a bar that I know and I'm familiar with. So my friend that bartends there, he was like just feeding us drinks, and she's one of those, oh well, I drink tequila. And I was like, I don't drink tequila because I start saying shit and I just won't do it. So she goes, and 2 hours in, she just starts like telling me things. I'm like, yo, I don't think I need to know this the first date. So then she says, just before we go too far, I want to let you know, like, my health. And I was like, what about it? She was like, I'm attracted to you. Obviously, you're attracted to me because you told me, but I got to let you know that I have herpes. I was like, wait a minute.
Woo!
Yeah, now I appreciate the candor and I appreciate the fact that she let that be known in case it was a situation where we get too drunk, we go home. However, at a full bar, it was really weird to hear that and have people side by side, like this is a person on my side, there's a person on her side, and she just comes out saying this belligerently drunk. So the first thing I'm thinking is, yo, like right now is not the time to tell me that. And I said it to her, and she was like, well, are you offended? Like, are you upset? Are you going to treat me any differently? I was like, I'm not treating you any differently. It's just the fact that we're in the middle of a fucking bar and you're drunkenly telling me you have herpes. Like, I couldn't do it. So I told her, I was like, it's not gonna work out. It's not about your health. It's just more so it's like, yo, if that's how you get down, and this is the first time I met you, like, are you saying this because you were anticipating like fucking me or something? Like, I just don't move like that. So I told her, I was like, it's not gonna work out. So that was probably one of my worst first dates. Um, Another worst first, it's not even a first date. It was the first time I ever met this chick. I think I told you the story about Tennessee. So it was a girl on Twitter, and the first time we met up is because she flew me out. So she flew me out to Tennessee, and I hung out with her for maybe like 4 or 5 days, and that was the whole story about the shit that I found out in her cabinet. So that is a horrible first date. um Another first date that was really bad was a chick that I like and wanted to date, but we went out on a date and I had found out that she had a train run on her by four dudes that I played ball with. Um,
No.
that one was wild. The reason why is because the only reason I found out who she was is because of the school she told me she went to and that we had mutual friends. Now, the mutual friends were all the guys that were telling me the story. So they're like, hey, man, this girl, blah, 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 blah. So I go on a date with them and, with the girl, and I go and tell my friends after the fact. And they're like, yo, that was her from Eastern Shore. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. And they're like, well, we hope you ain't kissed her because she was doing this. And I was like, you know what? It's not going anywhere. So that was another terrible first date. Another terrible first date, I met a girl at her house. She wanted to eat dinner at her house. The issue is she had this big ass fucking dog, and the dog like chased me around her house, and that was just terrible. But anyway, I've got many horror stories. But what about you?
Me, I don't date. Like I had a friend, a male friend, that tried to
Mm-hmm,
take me out on a date, and I know it sounds crazy, but I feel I don't like extra ass chivalry.
mm-hmm,
And when I say that, I mean like I don't want to have to sit in my passenger seat and wait for you to come around and open my door. I want to be able
mm-hmm,
to get up myself. And I don't want you running up to the door before I get to it just so you could be the one that opens it. Like that's too much. Um I don't really want a man pulling out my chair before I sit at the table. I don't like a lot of attention, and so that felt like too much and he was doing that. And then when he took me home, he tried to like make a mood that wasn't a
mm-hmm,
mood. He tried to like go in for a kiss, and I backed the fuck up and I told him, well, send me a text when you get home. And I just walked up my
mm.
driveway like, sir, no.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, like some people, I think when people go on first dates, they think like this has to be the one. So they have to do the absolute most, hoping that, that person one is the one, and number two, they're impressing. Like all that extra shit, I'm sure the chivalry is nice and it's kind, but at some point you're doing a little bit too much. I'm all for like holding a door for a person, but me personally, like if I picked you up and we're going out to dinner or something like that, I'm personally not getting out of the car, walking around to the other side of the car, opening the door for you. And then, like, for me, it's just that's a little bit extreme. So somebody's going to say, you know what, Greg, like, that's something you should do as a man. There are a lot of things I should do as a man. But if you have a willing arm to simply, like, kick the door open and get out, then why the fuck can't you? I'm going to be doing everything else. So opening the door for yourself in the car, at least. I think that's something
like
simple
I
that you
don't
can do.
mind like a man going like we're going to the car and they go up to the
Mm-hmm.
car and they come to my side and they open the car door, especially if they have like a big ass truck. I'm short as
Mm-hmm.
fuck, so I could get in. I don't mind that, but all of the other stuff is excessive. I just feel like it's very important for you to get to know a person and their likes and dislikes to understand how to read body language and know what this
Mm-hmm.
person needs versus what you think you have to do, because that can be the turnoff. And my friend
Yeah.
to this day, he's not a bad person. He's very successful. He's very self-disciplined, to work for himself. He's doing great. I wish him the best, but I am just not the woman that he needs. But there is a woman out there for him that likes all of that
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah.
So
I just if somebody wants it, I appreciate the fact that they do. And I'm, one of those guys that I will do for you, but there's certain things that, like you said, with the pulling out the chair, I'll do
yeah.
that. But if you've done it, like, say, for example, if you do it before I have the opportunity to do it, then I'm not going to be upset at you doing it. But if you just stand at the chair and you're like, oh, well, you need to do this, I'm like, well, damn, like, fuck, like, I guess. But I don't
This
know.
is
Different strokes.
I don't like
Oh,
being the
boy.
same. I'm gonna play these voicemails.
Okay, so I went out with this one guy. Him and I were gonna go up to the mountain, play in the snow, right? And I thought it was just gonna be me and him. Oh, hell no, I was wrong as hell. So I get in the car, it's him and his homies. And I'm thinking,
No,
is this a date? Or is like,
no, it's not
oh,
a
I'm
date.
gonna have you hang out with my homeboys. And so I was like, okay, whatever, because I'm just like, what else? Maybe he's dropping them off or some shit. No. His boys come with him. He ended up scoring some else's girl's number while we were on a date, and his homeboy was
Oh,
about to
my.
smack the shit out of this dude because
Jesus.
he wasn't even paying attention to the actual date that he was going on with me, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then he just brushes off like that shit didn't even happen. I never
Shit
went
like
on
that
another
is
date with him
scary.
because of his dumb ass.
Yo,
Wow.
like, whew. Damn, let me get one more story off about my unforgivable first dates. I was dating, well, not dating, but I was talking to this Eritrean woman. Um, basically, like, living in, like, DC and Silver Spring, like, it's the largest population for Ethiopian women. And I didn't know this at the time that, a lot of, ethnicities like Eritrean and Ethiopian, they only date, or, their own, if you want to call it that. So I
Mhm.
went and I quit her. I told her I wanted to go to dinner. We went to dinner and everything like that. And she laid it out flat. She was like, this is just dinner. I do like you, but I can't bring you home because my family don't respect black men and they don't want us, her and her sister, to bring back a black man. I was like, yo, like, at this point, we've already ordered dinner. So now I'm like, I'm beginning and ending with you, and I got to pick up the check. So I was like, fuck, like, that first date, it hurt because I was like, yo, I'm sitting across from a woman that I actually like, and she liked me back, but I know for a fact it's not going anywhere. So it's like, yo, like, where can we go from here? We're still friends to this day, but it's just like, yo, like, that family aspect of, yo, not really fuck with me because I was like, yo, like, we know for a fact we like each other, but because, your family don't. I was like, what the fuck? This is a thing? So after, like, I'm hearing women say the same thing on stereo and on Clubhouse. They're like, yo, like, my family won't let me date outside of our, like, race. So I've heard of, like, a Latino girl that was on here. She was talking the same thing. She was like, oh, well, I can't bring another man home unless it's a white man that makes money. I was like, what?
I don't believe
This
in
is a
that. I
thing?
feel like your family has nothing to do with the relationships you choose. You choose the relationships you choose to be in, and if your family cannot respect that you found someone from a different ethnicity or race or culture background that values you, respects you, loves you, and takes care of you, and vice versa, and they cannot respect that, then fuck them.
Yeah. Um, and I guess my other unfavorable first date. We went to Legal Seafood, and not only could she not read the menu, like hors d'oeuvres wasn't hors d'oeuvres, it was hover. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on? So mind you, she was the one who wanted to go to this restaurant, so she wanted to go to Legal Seafood. But the weirdest thing to me is she was actually, I'm gonna just skip because if I say it, nobody's gonna believe me. But if you want to hear it, she attempted to eat a salad with a spoon.
What?
Yeah. So you normally when you go to a restaurant, they give you like your three courses and shit. So we're at Legal Seafood, and it's one of those like salads that has like like chicken and stuff. And so she could differentiate like the salad fork from the regular fork. So in order to not embarrass herself, she grabbed the spoon and she's eating the salad with the spoon. I was like, oh, first and foremost, why are you doing that? And two, how are you doing it? So she says to me, she was like, well, if you eat the salad with the fork, the lettuce won't fall between it. I was like, okay, this just no, just absolutely fucking not. So anybody who eats salad with a spoon, just pick up the check and go, like I did. So that was another horrible first date, just because of that. Everything else was fine. Eating a salad with a spoon is some of the wildest shit I've ever seen in my life. And I watch porn, so the fact, imagine eating a fucking salad.
Some people have night lights when they go to sleep. I watch a porno, okay, and I go to sleep.
But can you explain, how do you eat a salad with a spoon and the fork is right there? So
well, I like to make salad soup when I eat my salads, which is why I'm struggling right now by using the little bit of salad dressing that they put in there. But I have never eaten salad with a spoon. That's redundant. I can't.
Yeah. So I just Googled it. So it says eating salad with a spoon. A spoon is useful for scooping up loose food, but a salad is nothing but loose food impeded by high maintenance greens. It's the annoying mix of fork food mixed with little bits of good things that are essentially spoon food, like bacon bits, croutons, hunk of cheese, like caviar, nut cluster, stuff like that. So in theory, yes, like you can eat the rest of the like the bacon bits and stuff with that spoon. But it was just weird for me seeing someone eat with a spoon a salad when there was a salad fork there. And it's one of those fancy restaurants. So for me, when I go to like eat at dinner or something like that, I was always taught no elbows on the table. Know your salad fork from your regular fork, your knives and stuff like that. Know those things. Yeah. Put napkin in your lap. Like eat like when you're out, like when you're at home, you eat one way, but when you're out somewhere, anybody can see you. So just not to impress them, just don't make a fool of yourself. And when she did that shit, I was like, yo, like, did you just... It was a spoon. So outside of that, and we got to get to the next voicemail. After she does this, she does the steak. I'm like, we're at Legal Seafood and you ordered a steak. Then she says that she wanted it well done, but not charred. And I was like, I don't know what that means. What is a steak that is well done that's not charred?
She doesn't want it burnt. She doesn't want to burn.
But that's the thing. A well done steak at a place called Legal Seafood, and you want it not charred. And I was like, you know what?
Who the fuck goes to a seafood place and orders steak?
Yo, I had and they still order chicken fingers. And the reasoning behind it is that's the only thing that they know for a fact they can't fuck up in any restaurant that they go to. Wild way of thinking, but I mean, 2021.
I can't. I'm playing these messages.
Go ahead.
You guys. I am absolutely loving your vibe. I love your energy. I'm always here to uplift my fellow black and brown queens and kings. So continue to do the great work. I am following both of you guys, and I will be sliding into those DMs because I want to schedule talks with both of you.
Please do.
So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all talk. And I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. May God be for you, and may peace be upon you. I'll talk to you guys later. Mwah!
Absolutely. Love you.
The whole time he's been commenting, he's been playing some like relaxed yoga vibe music, and I've been loving it. Okay?
Yep. I thought it was the calm.
Here's a less crazy story, but it's annoying. So I'll go out to the club with my friends that I had finally made. in Colorado. Basically, I started hanging out with the only 2 black people I knew that was like, well, no, 3, because one of them was the now wife, but at the time fiance of a guy in my program, and then the other was a girl in my program. But so, yeah. So 3 total. But I started hanging out with the 3 black people that I fucked with, because the other 2 black people were like avoiding being categorized by dissing the rest of us, essentially.
What?
Yeah.
I don't like cliquey people, period. I don't care what color you are. But some shit just be dumb. Like I just always like making my decision. So whoever I wanted to talk to, I talk to them because I want to talk to them. It ain't got shit to do with who's my friend and who don't like you. They ain't got shit to do with me unless you do something character-wise that I feel is fucking flawed and I need to stop fucking with you. But this whole like, you're my friend and I don't talk to them, so you don't talk to them. Girl, are you sick? Is this a playground?
Is it? It is not.
Like, there's women that do this shit in their late 30s and their 40s, and I think it's dumb. But I'm going to continue with Corey's story.
Right. How you guys doing? Yeah, I do have a relationship horror story.
Let's go.
Oh man, it's fucked up. Basically, I was getting to know this girl from a dating app. I don't remember which one it was, Tinder or Plenty of Fish. We were getting to know each other, having a good time. The usual blah blah blah, texting each other, and eventually I decided, okay, you know what? How about we meet? You know what I'm saying? Because we like each other. Mm-hmm. She agreed. Now, obviously, I decided, all right, how about we meet at a Starbucks cafe? And then about, I don't know, 20 minutes later, I was still waiting, and then I realized that my friend came by and I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? And he was like, you've been pranked. And I was like, what? What do you mean by that? You're the fucking one who pranked me? It was you all along. I was so mad. I swear to God, I felt like fucking killing the asshole. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
We all know who those friends are that just take it a little bit too far. Mm-hmm. We all know.
Honestly, when a guy takes me out and stuff, my main goal is I'm focused on that person and the food. And I love burritos. So, you already know, I went on this worst date. Like, this man had bought me some Mexican food, right? Well, some Spanish food. And then was like, oh, okay. Can we go to a hotel?
No, she got
Whoa. Damn.
No.
Wait. So he pretty much said, yeah, we gonna go out to eat. You gonna take this dick.
Yo. Oh, what is it about her where men always equate her to, oh, I'm about to drop this dick off in that?
Yo, I don't know. She might look good. She just might be a looker. However, dude pulled up and tried to get her pregnant twice.
That's crazy.
Yo, what? Y'all dudes got to stop this shit. Like,
please,
is it like when as a guy, as a married guy, but more importantly as a man, when you're having sex with someone, like you nutting in them and potentially getting them pregnant doesn't make them yours. And I've heard guys say quotes like, hey, well, if she had my kid, that's mine forever. It's right. Not. It's not. Because if y'all don't work out, like there is no, hey, that's my baby mom, so I'm still hitting. Because that's not up to you. That's not your choice.
Listen.
But go ahead. I know you got something to say about it. Go ahead.
When my kid's dad comes through, the 3 times out of the year that he comes through and I allow him to stay in here for at least 48 hours, he either sleeps on my floor, the couch, or in his kids' and his daughter's room. And then if he doesn't, sir, don't touch me. That is your side of the bed. I wish you would. I'm gonna knock you the hell out. And he knows it.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what kept him away this Christmas, and I enjoyed my time.
See, check you out.
And then the one Asian guy who happened to be bisexual, and the like Jewish gay guy. So my friends were eclectic, but everybody else sucked anyway, basically. So what had happened was we go to the gay club with my one friend, and there was this man, and he was fine. And I was thinking, like, I mean, we're at the gay club. He worked there. So I was like, he could be gay. He could not be gay. He could be bi. I don't know. All I know is he's fine. And I just want to touch. He got the muscles. I mean, I could show you a picture, girl. I know, Greg, you don't care. But, girl.
I see him every day.
I can show you a picture.
Listen, Corey.
Anyway.
I live in Atlanta. And there's some fine ass men who are on the same team as me, meaning they are looking at the men I am looking at, and their asses is fat as shit. One time I went to Kroger.
No.
I was pushing my cart with my kids to my car, and this man's ass was so fat I had to look back at it 3 times. I said, sir, do you know what I would do with an ass like that?
You know what?
That shit was fat.
I have nothing.
Damn.
Holy moly.
But, yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Welcome to Atlanta.
So I like, not even really drunkenly, although I kind of like played it off as if it was because I had one drink, girl. I was fine. Anyway, I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, sorry, I don't mean to like interrupt you. I know you're working, but like, do you mind if I just like touch you?" Because he was walking around shirtless, he was walking around shirtless with a cowboy hat. Look. And he laughed at me, and then he said, "Sure." And then I just like squoze his big ass arm muscles, and I squealed and like ran away. Basically, oh my god, I was like 25, so.
Oh, she be going for hers.
I have a rule with men with big ass arm muscles. If your arms is bigger than my head, and I got a big ass tank head, I can't do nothing with you because I don't need you having a bad dream. You roll over and you choke me out.
You know what? Next voicemail.
And I got the nerve to talk to him again later. I asked him if he was gay or bi or whatever. And then he was like, "Do you think I'm gay?" And I was like, "I don't want to make assumptions." And he's like, "No, I'm not gay." And I was like, "Okay, well, I was just wondering if maybe I could get your number." And he was like, "If you're still here at the end of the night, I'll give you my number." So I stuck around. He gave me his number. We talked. We flirted. He took me out to eat. He was a total sweetheart. And then, basically, after the night, he messaged me and he was like, "I had a really good time with you." And he was like, and that's kind of the problem. He was like, "I just got out of like a really long relationship."
Oh my god.
And like she left me and it broke my heart.
I have met some nice men who are too nice, who do give me like gay vibes. And this is my rule. If I have to question it, I don't want it.
Yep.
Okay? Because maybe he wasn't gay, but maybe he was trisexual. Because I don't know no man that a woman can ask straight up, "Are you gay?" and him say no. Do you think you think I'm gay? And him be relaxed about it. He was too comfortable with that question.
Absolutely.
Like, hell no. Hey, he hung out with you and y'all had a great time? Oh hell no. That is your sis. That is your
Did you say that is your sis? Name of the episode. That is your sis.
And I was honestly just looking to hook up, but you're really sweet. And I can't do that to you. So.
Girl.
And I was like, in my head, I'm like, no, you can do that. We can do that. Like, that's okay. Like, we don't have to, like, I mean, I respect your boundaries and stuff, but, like, we could, like, I mean, like, we don't have to, because you're fine. I want to see you all the way, Nick. I've seen you halfway there. I say, come on now. Come on. But he really just thought I was, like, the most sweet and innocent and kind person ever. And I'm just like, no! How did I give off that image? Apparently it was because I asked first before I touched on him. He told me that most women will just grab on him, boys and girls really, will just grab on him as he's working and stuff.
Boys and girls.
Like,
See that?
really rude. And so because I asked for consent,
Listen.
Damn, man.
You see what happens? Manners at the wrong time.
Fuck manners.
You know how I used to make.
I
used to make the nerds uncomfortable in high school. You know how?
How's that?
I would walk around the hallway between classes, and if I wrote myself my own hallway pass, and I would take a plastic spoon that I got from the cafeteria and I would cut their butt.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh my lordy.
I was sexually harassing all the nerds in high school in the hallway. I hope they do it. These are my confessions. Has it been 10 years? Because aren't there laws like 10 years? They can't do anything to me? Okay. Has it been 10 years? Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm good. Statute of limitations. It's been 10 years. If you ain't seen me, I ain't do it. This is hearsay. Okay? Cup that ass.
So, I just want to also quickly say it is 9:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do have to dip out in about 19 minutes.
Damn, Corey.
In exactly 19 minutes because I have a talk schedule. So if I disappear, that's why. But I love you guys, and if you guys are still here when I get back, then I will definitely tune back in.
Absolutely.
We're going to be till 11 o'clock.
Shout out to Corey.
What's up, Corey? I'm going to check out the show if we get out of here and you still talk.
Would you rather someone eat their salad with a spoon or with their fingers?
Fingers.
Inquiring minds would like to know.
Fingers.
Please, just eat with your fucking hands at that point.
Yeah.
Because they do it. Like, the confusion for me was just like that. Like, I would much rather you just pick up the salad, like, not even the salad, like, eat the salad with the fork, but if there's a little piece that you can't grab with the fork, just go ahead and, like, either scoop it with your finger and eat it. But going and eating it with a spoon, to me, is just, it's very confusing to me, to say the least. But might be a little bit different.
Listen.
Vinny, don't be trying to steal my Greg and Shan, okay? I've been talking to them for a long time, okay? And I'm not sharing, okay? Because, Tauruses don't like to share. You know that, Vinny. You know that, Vinny, because you a Taurus to no. I love you, Vinny. I know you're probably not here anymore, maybe, because you might have to scoodaloot and do something else.
Uh-oh.
We didn't do anything because I was like, oh, my dad just called my phone and, and I had got a combo, girl. I had to get me a drink with it too. And some chips.
Oh my God. A drink and chips. Yo, she is amazing. She is doing amazing. Oh my God.
He needs supervision.
Girl, he works at a gay bar. He's used to that question. But he said that they literally hired him because he's got muscles and he helps protect the other dudes, because a lot of the guys that work there weren't, like, they didn't build on strength when they were at the gym, basically. But I mean, I don't think I would want to date a guy who wasn't comfortable with that question. So yeah.
I mean, you don't want to date a guy that is like, oh my god, how could you that? But you don't want to date a guy that's like, so you think I'm gay? No, I'm not gay.
Mm-hmm.
Like there has
Yeah.
to be like a healthy medium between that. And I think men, if you find yourself being too calm about that question and too passive, you might be sending the raw signals. But I can't tell you how mad or irate you're supposed to be at that question. You just have to take a stance in the right way to set the tone. But what's the next question on here? Okay. Has anyone had someone tell you verbatim that they were crazy and you laughed it off and you thought they were just joking and you found out that you were in a year-long, 2-year-long or more relationship with a crazy person?
Oh, yeah. A girl told me she didn't say that she was crazy. She basically told me she was living in a halfway house because she stabbed her ex-boyfriend. And
That's crazy,
that
Greg.
it is crazy, but the thing is, she didn't say she was crazy. She said that, the date was good, blah, 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 blah. And usually, like, if the date's going good, like, the exes and why you were single comes up. And the way it came up was she was like, oh, well, I'm currently living, with a group of friends, and I was like, a group of friends, cool. I've heard of this before, but she was like, I just got to know them. I just started meeting them. One of my friends lives here too, but there's a group of girls. And I was like, a group of girls, fine. So then she says, but it's a halfway house. And I was like, what the fuck did you do? Like, did you murder somebody? She was like, well, I stabbed my ex-boyfriend and I set all of his items on fire. And I was like, yeah, this
For
ain't
one,
gonna work. So
my brother's girlfriend at the time and mother of his child, because I hate the word baby mama and baby daddy.
mhm.
She was staying with my aunt, and I was living with my aunt partially when I was in college. And something happened, and she started like going in my brother's closet and taking out his clothes and like cutting it up and trying to throw it outside. And I was like, girl, at that time I had an internship at Rockaware, and I basically would go through like all of the seasons before the stores get them. So what they would do is like, if I wanted to take the samples after the store owners came and they purchased what they wanted for the upcoming seasons, I could do that. So the standard sizes that came in for the lines were my brother's size or my cousin's size. So I would either have them come through the office and pick out what they wanted, or I would just bring them home. So my brother had a whole bunch of clothes that I didn't have to buy, and she was just like going through his shit. When I tell you, I grabbed her by her hair, I dragged her outside, and I locked the door. And she stood there ringing the doorbell, banging on the door. Listen, it is one thing to be upset and whatever you're upset about, but it's another thing to control yourself, especially when you're in somebody else's place, and know that even if you cut up and you throw these clothes outside, this man is taking care of you. You have nothing, you have nowhere to be, and you are going to stay in the relationship. So really, you're really upset at yourself, because there
Pretty
was so
much.
many clues up until this point that told you something wasn't adding up or they were doing X, Y, and Z, but you, instead of you dealing with yourself, chose to take it out on someone else's things. And that's what you're not about to do, especially with me being home. So yeah, listen, you could be crazy all you want, but you go and get another side of somebody.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna play this voicemail and we go get into the next one.
I mean, I can't say it exactly how he said it. I'm 31 now. You know, I told you I was 25 back then. But it was just kind of like, it was kind of like he asked me in a way like, do I give you a gay vibe? Like, do I seem like any of my other coworkers?
I'm done.
But also, yeah, boys and girls would like grab on him because he's got because he works at a gay bar, so they would just assume that it was okay, especially since he was half naked and they're drunk. So he said that he had a guy like reach for his dick because he was a barback, so his hands were always full. It was just a whole mess, honestly. But yeah, he said it would piss him off. He would get mad and he would kick them out.
See,
but that's
couldn't do
sort
it.
of a thing because it's kind of like if I'm not a stripper and I don't work at a strip club, but I walk around in stripper-like things and a man approaches me in a certain way, can I really be upset?
Yeah, but that's fucked up. You gotta slap the shit out of people at some point.
You
Like, nah,
do,
this is.
but it's kind of like, damn, like this is like an expectation now. But I do want to do a quick roll call before we get to these messages. Sharax, what up? Cammy, Lamar J, what's good? Corey up in here, Cloud Chase up in here, the Skipper, No Cap Comedy, what's good? Them are some thick sideburn. Aaliyah Callie, what's up? Lightning Bolt, what's in here? Vessel, Slim Boy 80, Coco Empress, Ash 04, 420. Okay, excuse me. The Real Fedox, what up? Alex Fuller, what's up? Thank you for the follow. And she left a message, I think. I hope she left a message. Or she shared the show. Who else you got? Jowlin 6. What's up? Classy, what's good? We gonna keep going. We appreciate the listeners. If you're liking the show, please clap it up and share it. Let's see who else we got.
Yes, I have. And I was like, I don't care how crazy you are, I'll still beat you up. I still got the hands.
Oh, she's doing amazing. She is doing amazing.
She's doing amazing. Shut up, Greg.
She's doing amazing. Yo, she's my spirit animal, bro. The shit she be saying, I'm like, yo, if I could do whole shit and if I could go and just be wild again, like I would do that. Like me personally, like imagine like me being like, I want to nut in somebody twice. Or, I want to go on a date and just she asked for chips on their date and he wouldn't get, yes. Yeah, she deserves a follow. She deserves I want to be her.
The question. Has anybody been dumped through email or broken up with through email or sent the email to break up with somebody?
Not me, luckily. How? Like, do you say like?
I did it before. I broke up with somebody through email twice.
Did you do it formally, like nigga?
I tried to do it the other way, and they were like the epitome of you send a text or you call, they don't answer because they're always working, or you send a text, they read it and they don't respond. They were that, and that shit pissed me off. So I knew that if I CC'd myself in an email and I sent it and they read it, they got it. So I'm in the good. And so I did that once. I felt guilty and he got pissed off and he basically gave me like a 3-strike rule. If I do it again, then listen, if you gotta give somebody a 3-strike rule on breaking up with you, you shouldn't be with them in the first place. So
sorry. Wait, we're not gonna gloss over that. We are absolutely not gonna gloss over the fact that he gave you a 3-strike rule. That is fucking hilarious. Like
because I can't do long distance relationships. Like it's my peen and I want it now. Like I can't do it. So I told him that wasn't going to work for me, and I felt like he ignored me and wanted to drag out a long distance relationship that wasn't going to work. So I had to end it. And then when I was in college, I tried to break up with Ari's dad or end whatever it was that we were in. And this man was not having it. This man would purposely wait until he knew I was like at my boyfriend's house and call me. he would pop up around where he lived at just to be there. If I went to certain areas, he would pop up and be like, "So where's your boyfriend at?" I'm just like, "Sir, isn't your girlfriend at home with your kids? Like, why are you bothering me?" Sometimes he would like play it cool and just be around and be calm, and then all of a sudden he would flip the shit and just get really angry and be mad at the fact that I was in a relationship. But sir, you've been in a relationship the whole time. So yeah, that was crazy. What's another question I have? Have you ever been talking to somebody, y'all not in a relationship yet, and you invite them over your house and they move in and they won't leave?
That is relative to that girl that I told you, the worst girlfriend, the one who, she technically moved in as I was living with somebody, family. And
Yeah.
she just, decided that she was going to come up here with a suitcase and a bag and her car and just live for free. So luckily, family members looked out for me and was like, nah, that's not happening. So shout out to family. Shout out to family.
Shout out to family sometimes, because sometimes they enable you and be like, oh, they got money, you can deal with their bullshit for a little bit longer. No, the fuck
That's
I can't.
That is true.
No, I can't. Don't be pawning me off for a couple of dollars.
You say, oh Lord. Oh no. Oh my God.
What's another one? Do you believe cheaters gonna cheat? True or false?
Yes. But cheaters only
Wait, you broke up. Say it again.
Oh, I said that cheaters only cheat with the willing.
Cheaters only cheat with the willing.
Yeah.
Meaning meaning the person that they're in a relationship with, they know that they're cheating and they stay.
Yeah, I'll say like about 70% of the people who cheat, if you want to call it that, 70% of the people who cheat, the people that they're cheating on know that they are cheaters. Or they got them because they cheated. So it's like you knew this when you were coming in. Like I've seen like girls be like, oh well, that nigga, he don't love me, blah 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 blah. It's like, yo, but didn't he leave his baby mom for you? Or didn't, she leave that for you? Like these are, it's not hereditary, but it's definitely a repeating cycle. So for me, like I've cheated before. And I had to deal with the karma of that. And I was like, will I always be a cheater? To me personally, yes. I feel like it's in me and I'm capable of doing it. But luckily, we have shit like Instagram where my eyes can cheat, but my dick can't. I can be like, yo, like that looks nice, that look good. And what stops me from cheating and actually having the act of doing things now is because I got too much to lose. Like I'm in a better situation, well, not a better situation, but I'm in the best case scenario because there's not something that another woman can come in and give me more. Like you can't give me my kid. You can't give me the fact that I've already done all the things you want to do. Like I'm, a married man with a kid, so I don't want to start over. But there are men who they cheat not because they want to cheat with, you because they like you. They just want to fuck. They want to see how other pussy feels. And some women's gonna be like, well, damn, that's really fucked up. It is, but that's life.
Some people know that their partner is like a combo meal. You know that this person might be cute. You might like being around this person. You might like the idea of y'all being in a relationship, but they come with some bullshit. And you signed up for that bullshit because you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay and you're going to put up with it. And they know you're going to stay and put up with it. So y'all kind of like stuck together because the person that's cheating, they know that they can't cheat on everybody. So they going to stay with the person that's allowing them to cheat.
Yeah, but one thing that people forget is there are a lot of people who deserve to be cheated on. And, I guess the way I can say it to not sound like a complete dickhead is if you are that person that's overbearing in your relationship, that person's going to go do dirt. If you're like, hey, you text me 9 times because you just want to see where I'm at. Or every time I'm doing something, it's, well, why are you doing this? Who are you doing this? Who are you talking to? Like shit like that, it fucks with the other person's psyche. So, I want to phrase it in the term of like a woman. So, say for example, you as a lady, you're going out with your homegirls. You don't go and see them often, but y'all go to brunch, y'all hang out, y'all are talking and stuff like that. Your guy, every time you grab your phone, he's sitting there and be like, yo, like, why are you always talking to them? Who are you talking to? What are y'all talking about? Like shit like that. You go and tell your homegirl. You tell your friends. Your friends are like, yo, like, girl, like, why is he always on you like that? Why is he like always in your business about shit that don't even matter? Why is he asking you who you texting? The next thing you know, he's asking you who you following on Instagram and shit like that. When that stuff happens, I don't know how it is for women, but I know as a guy, to flip it, if I got that energy from somebody, I'm like, yo, I'm not cheating. I'm not doing anything, but I might as well, because you've already put that in the space that I'm doing something to you wrong. So yeah, there are a lot of people who I won't say deserve to be cheated on, but if it happens, it happens. You got to eat that shit. So personal opinion, obviously somebody's going to feel differently, but I don't care. I said what I said.
He said what he said. And if the person that you're in a relationship with is a combo meal package, then honey, scoot over.
Yeah. Yeah. If you met that man on Twitter and all he was talking about was slinging dick, 9 out of 10 he's still trying to sling dick. Sorry. I've seen this shit way too many times. The girl will be like, oh well, I love this nigga, but I met him on Twitter and he got too many bitches. Newsflash, you was a bitch too. You was just another one until he chose you. So it was just, you had better pussy. You were probably a better person overall, but did you deserve to be cheated on? No. However, cheaters only cheat with the willing. When I say that, I mean cheaters, men and women. The only reason they get away with the cheating is because you allow it. Do people sneak around and do things? Yes. But you can see the signs. They're starting to do shit like they're taking showers 2-3 times a day. When did you start taking 2 or 3 showers? They're not answering your texts. They turn the red receipts off. All these things are there for you. Just read yeah.
They call you before you have to call them, and they let you know what they're doing.
Exactly. Just read the fucking signs.
Not to call.
Yeah, read this. They're all right there. That's why it kills me when people be like, oh, well, if you want to cheat, you might as well leave. Why in the fuck would you leave if you know you can get away with that shit? Like, if you know you're getting away with it, like, stay where you at. Yeah. So when I hear girls, be like, oh, well, this dude, he got a girl, and I don't want him to leave because I don't want him for more than just dick. Have you ever heard that when a girl's like, well, all I wanted was a dick, I don't want the relationship part, right? The issue is
for years, because that was the only like, who would I be wanting to be in the place of his girlfriend where he's been in multiple relationships with other people? Like, no, that's not, that position has no pros for me, because when he getting on my nerves, I can send him back home. When I'm done with him, I can send him back home, and I can live my single life without having to answer to somebody and play a part. Sir, you are dismissed.
People need to be a little bit more honest with themselves, especially when it comes to the cheating thing. Me personally, I've been cheated on. I have cheated. And, to answer your question, cheaters are going to cheat. Absolutely. They're definitely going to cheat. And there's the thing. There's nothing you can do about it. You can say, you know what? I'm going to change them. We're going to go to therapy. We're going to do this, and this. That person has to want to do it. You can't go.
Exactly. You can't force somebody to talk to a therapist if they don't feel like they're the problem.
Yo, like, what? That shit is maddening. I've seen too many people be like, yo, we went to couples therapy. So I'm like, so you and your spouse went to a third party thinking that, hey, you know what? Like, we're going to create a scenario to somebody who doesn't know us, and they're going to say, you know what? Well, maybe he did it, and you might be the problem. Because I've seen that scenario. One of my friends went to therapy. Him and his girl, they went to therapy, and the issue, it started as, he was cheating, and she's thinking all these things. By the end of their session, so they went to, I think he said like 3 or 4 sessions. What happened was her true color started to come out, and she started to look like the overbearing girlfriend who every single time something happened, he was the cheater. And he's like, yo, I'm not cheating on this girl. I've done it before. I cheated once, and ever since then, she just thinks every person I talk to, I'm fucking or something like that. So I asked her, I was like, yo, so what happened? So he said the therapist started to side with him. And the moment that the therapist started siding with him, she wanted a new therapist because she was like, wait, like, I want you to side with me. And I was like, so what happened with her? So they ended up breaking up. And he says, you know what, ever since then, he was like, when it comes to cheating, I don't cheat. I'm poly. So I was like, yo, that's how I figured out what poly was. When people
Yeah.
just say, you know what, I like you, you like me, but I'm gonna be out here doing my thing. So I guess now in 2020 and 2021, people have started to accept that they can't just be with one person. So somebody probably will leave a voicemail saying, you know, if you can't be with one person, then why cheat? That's an answer that honestly, like, there is no answer to. That's just a question that's just gonna forever be lingering.
I think this is it. This is the problem. My next scenario was people who feel like if they break up with a person, it will be mean.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't break up with them. They just hate the relationship and act like they're okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the scenario for that shit. Like, anybody can easily be like, hey, I don't want to be married. That's not something I see for myself. Or I don't want to be in this committed relationship that you want the way that you want it. I think I can have multiple relationships with different people. And that's what I truly want, without feeling like this person will basically have a choice to make, and their choice could possibly be that they will not be here. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's very selfish to not give people the space to have the opportunity to make that choice.
Yep.
So
Yeah. But there are a lot of people who want a relationship, and then there's just the small minority of people who just want a permanent audience member. Like, they just want you to participate. Like, it's like, oh yeah, we're together, but we're not. It's like, I just need you around. I just need a partner. You're not. It's not a partnership.
I ain't doing that.
At
I ain't
least,
like college when I had motherfucking group projects and I knew somebody was gonna fuck off, but because I
mm-hmm.
wanted to get a good grade and get out this motherfucking class, I did all the fucking work because you know that I was gonna do all the fucking work. I hated that shit. So what I look like trying to have a partner in adult life to mooch off of me and have a lifestyle?
Exactly. But there's so many people who, like, they haven't even accepted themselves, but they have to be in a relationship. You've heard this in many other podcasts. Many other people have talked about it, where people are just like, I won't say forever single, but what's the opposite of that? People who are like forever in and out of relationships. They don't give themselves time to honestly just appreciate them, and they go into these relationships broken. And when they go into these relationships broken, they hope that that person is going to fix them. And it's like, yo, you can't be fixed. You're on your fifth boyfriend this summer. You're on your fifth girl this summer.
This
Like,
summer,
yo, it's you. Like, how many people do you know that, you know, they've done everything? They met people at bars, they met people at clubs, they've gone through every motherfucking app, and they have all the excuses in the world. I'm like, yo, have you ever thought that you're not likable? Like, nobody wants to fucking be with you. Like, there was a ex friend of mine, an old friend of mine rather, and at every single turn, it was, you know, well, you know, I don't understand why, you know, I can't be with black men, you know, because this isn't working. I can't be with men because they just don't get me. Blah, blah. I'm like, yo, do you get you? Because the way you sounds fucking crazy. Like, she would go and do things, and then she would report back to us, and we would be looking at her and everybody in the group. Like, when she wasn't around, we'd be sitting there like, yo, like, is it us, or she just continuously has these problems with men, and it's always their problem? It's always them. It's, well, this dude, you know, he didn't tell me what he wanted. You know, if he just wanted to fuck, he just wanted to fuck. But I'm like, y'all started your relationship that way. You said, well, you know, he just got out of a relationship, I got out of a relationship, and, you know, it was just dick. So to us, it was just dick. But she's telling this nigga like she wants a relationship. I'm like, yo, you can't have it both ways. You're living two different lives in your own relationship. This shit is stupid to me. So when I see people do it and I call them out on it, because I would want somebody to do the same thing to me. Like, yo, are you happy with you? If you can't sit down and say, you know what, how you said it in the chat, Shan, like, yo, are you happy? Have you taken time out to evaluate your pros and cons? If you haven't, you can't go and expect the ultimate boyfriend, the ultimate girlfriend, the perfect one when you ain't perfect. But a lot of people, their expectations don't meet their efforts. I said that until, like, you know, in many other episodes, but a lot of people, they have this laundry list of things they want from that person that's supposed to be their one. But then you show up and you got two fucking things. Like, oh, I got a car. And oh, I got an apartment. Yes, you have that. But can you read? Do you know?
Can
Do you know the?
you read?
No,
Oh,
there are so
God.
many. No, I swear to God, there are certain people like you meet them and like, yo, that person, like, how did they get them? Have you ever been in that situation where you have like a friend and you have the person that they're dating? And you're like, yo, how the fuck did that person end up with my friend? Because I know for a fact my friend ain't shit. Like that
You
girl, she has.
know what happens? You know what happens? And I've seen this all my life. All my life.
Mm-hmm,
People decide what they need from a
mm-hmm,
person and what they don't need, and they're willing to do without because I have this to replace that hole. And sometimes
mm-hmm,
the thing that they're trying to replace that hole is I have a lot of money or I'm always busy at work. I'm not really going to have to be around them a lot. But I know when I do go out, I know that I can dress this body up and this woman is going to look good on my arm. So she'll do, but I really don't have to listen to her talk. I don't have to
mm-hmm,
engage in conversations with her. She doesn't have to be around. I know I could give her money to keep her out my way, but
mm-hmm.
nobody can ever tell me that, yeah, you got the cars, you got the money, you got, the lifestyle, you own your own business, but you ain't got no girl. I do got a girl, and look at her, she's fine. But you
Yo,
really don't give a fuck about her. She's just dumb. She's just a body.
yo, it pisses me off so much, Shan, because as you were saying that, the first thing that was coming to my head was like, yo, how many people do you know that have been flown out, whatever the fuck you want to call that shit? They've been flued out, but
Yes.
they get flown out in hotels. I'm like, yo, how many niggas do you fuck with? How many women do you fuck with where they flying you places? You're going to go travel them, you're going to go see them, but you don't see where they live at. They got you staying in the they did the create your own rate. What was that fucking app? Either way, you are going and staying in hotels. And these are the niggas and the women that you're like, you know what? I gotta be with him. He's the one. She's the one. Blah blah blah. It's like, yo, they're fucking you in a hotel because they don't want you to know where you stand in that relationship. But
Mm-hmm.
even like surface level for people that live locally, like all the things that you want from these people, you can't get them because your expectations too fucking high. Like start simple. Ask the person, be like, you know what? Like, what do you want? Because if you can sit down with a person and ask them what they want, and instead of them telling you the things they want, they're saying, well, this is what I expect. Expect and want are two different things. Because if you tell me the things you want and I provide those to you, you can't bitch at me later. You can't say, you know what? Well, I told you what I expected of you. No, what did you want? Do you want a man that's 6 foot? So I'm 5'9". If I'm 5'9" and you wanted 6 feet, that was an expectation, but you're not getting that shit. That's not
Well,
something that you can have.
I agree with that. It's the same thing. My motto of measurement is
Mm-hmm.
not what do I want from somebody else, but what do I have to give somebody else right now?
Mm,
Not what I
mm,
have potential to give somebody else years to come. Eventually, I will what do I have to give to a grown man, preferably stepping into his 40s or in his 40s right now, that is a pro
mm-hmm.
for him on top of the shit that he already has going on.
Yep.
I can't really tell you because I emotionally don't want to make room for somebody else right now. I financially I can't buy a man in his 40s a gift that's going to put a dent in anything else that he has because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there right now as a mother that lives by herself with two kids. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything to give you, but if you valued a good friendship, a good bond, I can call you sometimes, but it's not going to be nothing consistent. And I really don't want anybody calling me every day, checking on me and hitting me with the hello text and the good
Mm-hmm.
morning. I don't want that. But I know a man at that age range, naturally, after all of the women that he's dated, he is, what's the word? Not trained, but his mindset is this is the appropriate thing to do for a woman that you like, is to court
Mm-hmm.
her. This is how you court her. You send her texts. You let her know that you're thinking about her. You should see my face when men send me a text talking about, I was just thinking about you. I am so
Mm-hmm.
disgusted. I am disgusted.
Yo,
I
yeah.
want to be like, Don't be thinking about me in your day because I ain't got no room in my mind to be thinking about you because I'm just not at the level where I can give you what you feel you can give me. And I don't like men buying me things. I don't like men being too nice to me because I know that comes with some underlying idea of I'm going to have something in return and I have nothing to give you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I didn't say what I need to say about it. I stand on that whole idea that cheaters only cheat with the willing. And, obviously what you said about, listening to, shared experiences and pretty much just everything. But when it comes to it, about cheaters, just to like tie a bow on it, not only are they going to cheat, there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it, other than leave. I'm a fan and a huge proponent of if they cheat, they're going to do it again. So you have one or two choices: stick around or leave. There is no medium, or he can stay, but I'm gonna keep checking up on him, or I'm gonna put like
there's
a
a lot of men and women babysitting adults in relationships.
Yeah, you can't babysit in a relationship. Like, that's why y'all got kids. That's why you have dogs and pets and stuff like that. But if that person is going to cheat, this is coming from somebody who is an admitted person who has cheated before. I had to like look at the risk and the reward. Like, yes, it's fine to look at other people and be attracted to other people, but will I go and fuck off? No. The reason why I won't is because there's nothing to gain anymore. And what 2020 taught me is people talk way too fucking much about the things that that they are going to do, and they put shit out there. Like right now, like those same girls that I see that are like, yo, like I need a man, blah 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 blah, and these niggas can't get right. I'm like, they can't get right because you are out here with the fucking OnlyFans. You're charging it. I get it. Like, you don't have a job or whatever it is. I get you have to be who you are, but you can't want a person to do like the ultimate list of things, but then you out here talking about niggas ain't shit and blah blah blah. That dude that you fucking with, they can see your Twitter. They can see all those things. You talking one way to the world, but then when you were on like dates with them, you a completely other person. Be you. Be consistent, because if you're not, that nigga's gonna cheat. Greg, when I was a hoe, I'm a cheat. I'm sorry.
Greg was a hoe.
When I was, man, listen. And somebody's gonna say, well, if you're gonna cheat, then leave. No, I like it here. I just like it here more than I did over there. No, that's the honest to God truth. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. Men, we cheat, and it does happen. But the thing is, the reason why we won't leave is because we know at the end of the day, y'all got our backs. Y'all care about us. We care about you too. But I don't say the reason why we cheat, but shit does happen. And when we cheat, we're not cheating because like we like her more or we fuck with her more. It's like, yo, like it was right there, and I wanted it. And I guess this is a really no, it's going to come off really wrong and really rude, but it's the truth. Like, there is not an elaborate answer as to why people, men or women, cheat. You're just going to do that shit. So when you said cheaters are going to cheat, that it's its own answer. It's going to happen, or it's not going to happen. So it just depends on you. Period.
Facts. I agree. I'm gonna play these voicemails.
Anyway, I am definitely gone by the time you're playing this message or by the time you're hearing my last message, because my talk is starting right now. It's 10:01 and I'm late. Goodbye. I'll be back hopefully.
I'm sorry, she's late.
Yes, you can. And also, I'm having technical difficulties with this fucking app.
Yeah.
So
same here.
You gotta get out of
started yet, I guess. But yeah. You can, because it's also against the policy. Like, you're not allowed to touch the strippers at a strip club. You're not allowed to.
If you in Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, got that blue flame for that ass.
Hi, hey Greg and She Gets It podcast.
Hey, Crystal.
Been here for a while. Great stories. I really didn't have much to share. I just like listening to the stories. So I'm really enjoying the talk. And I will stick around a little bit longer before I have some more stuff to do. So great show.
Thank you so much.
Woo!
Which one y'all want to hear about? My first wife or my second wife? Shit.
Uh-oh.
Both of them. Both of them. Come through.
First wife I married because my parents were a racist. It was a white lady, and I don't even like white ladies anymore. But guess what? I still married her. She got pregnant the last time we had sex. And then we got divorced. Fuck that bitch.
Oh, God.
Oh, that was spicy. That was spicy.
Second wife, her whole family was living with me, boy. I'm talking about 18 people living in one house. I was 24 paying for everybody.
Wow.
The next thing you know, I get out the military. She's talking about, oh, well, I don't want to be with you no more. So I sent that bitch a motherfucking picture with no condom on my motherfucking ring finger, deep inside a big ebony pussy, boy. Fuck that bitch.
Yes, Lord, yes. Deep, yes. That right now, I'm gonna say this. Right now, as we're on Stereo Live, that is the best comment I have ever heard in any chat. I've been a part of chat. That is the wildest comment. Shout out to him. What was his name again? Because we not only is he getting a follow, he right now has the best comment that I've ever heard on Stereo. Deep inside some ebony pussy. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That
Whew,
is
my Lord.
LY Breezy 91 coming through with
my
the.
Lord.
Like an ugly person.
I can't.
Yeah, real men don't cheat. They just tell the truth and do what they do. The boys do the sneaking around, hiding behind trees and shit, and dipping and dodging, lying and shit. That's for children, man. Grow up.
That's the thing. It is true. But the issue is, it's true, but it happens. So, which side do you want to be on? Yes, people, that are older, they can say they don't cheat, but it's like, is it cheating if you don't get caught? Because a lot of people that are adults think that way. They think, hey, well, don't ask, don't tell. That's how you have, men being in the closet. Don't ask, don't tell. Like, what? I think, isn't that a phrase that came up because men were on like the DL and shit like that? So, just saying.
It's cheating if you worried about somebody seeing you, and if someone seeing you is going to change the way that you live your life. It's cheating. All right.
Yeah.
My thing is like living your truth. If you want to have multiple people that you deal with, however you want to deal with them, be able to say that. That's something I can respect. I can't knock you because that's the type of relationship you want, but I can knock you if you're telling me you want something monogamous and committed, and you want me to be committed to only you and not entertain anybody else, but you out here entertaining the community.
Yep.
That's
Man, stop sipping, bro. Like anybody that want to say that they cheat, just say that you cheated. It ain't because of no other shit except somebody wanted some other motherfucking pussy and they got tired of the old shit. That's all it is. Or the shit ain't exciting no more and she ain't as freaky as she used to. That's the only reason why dudes cheat. Dudes don't cheat over no emotional shit or no other bullshit. Besides, hey, look, that pussy getting old to me, and guess what? She offering it to me, and she a little bit younger, or a little bit prettier, or a little whatever somebody want to consider that upgrade to fuck another chick. That's just all it is.
Shout out to Reno. Gotta ask him a question. Gotta ask, because he said something that I wanted to trigger somebody with this. He said upgrade. He said the term upgrade. Now, Shannon, you being my lady co-host, when you think of men who cheat, and whenever you think about it, when they do cheat, the person that they cheat, is it ever an upgrade, or just like, was it just available to them?
It can be up and down. A lot of men don't cheat with upgrades. A lot of men, you look at the person that they're married to or they're in a long-term relationship with, and you're just like, damn, like, why would they cheat? Gorgeous. She's amazing. Or she's this, or she can sing, or she owns this company. It's not that. Some men, especially if they were a powerful woman, they feel minimized by that woman. So they're going to cheat with someone who ain't got shit, so they can feel manly. They can feel like, okay, I'm a boss now with this one, but with the person I'm in a relationship with, she make me feel like I ain't shit, or I gotta hold the bags. And some men may cheat with the woman that looks like, she in the porno all the time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Now, I
men
want to hear.
a lot of men
Go
don't
ahead.
want to marry the girl that's in the porno that's giving sloppy
Yeah.
toppy, but they would like to experience being the man experiencing that woman. But the woman that they married to, they would like her to be a lady, and nobody knows if she is a freak or not, because I'm the
Mm-hmm.
only one that gets to find that out. So it's
Yeah.
different reasons why males may do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now I know Man Baby. He's gonna challenge me. Shout out to Man Baby. He's gonna say something, and I'm not even gonna respond. I'm gonna let him get his shit off because the last time I honestly agreed with him, but I had to counter. So, Man Baby, I know you got two back to back. What'd you say?
Mm.
I'm saying you don't cheat, meaning you don't do deceitful things. If you want to see somebody else, you say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go and see somebody else." And if they not cool with it, they're not cool with it. But if you're a man, you got your own situation and everything, and you want to be who you want
Mm-hmm.
to be, and keep it straight. You let it be known.
Yep.
If they ain't with it, then they ain't with it. That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it. And if they are, then they are. But you don't gotta lie to nobody. That's not
Yep.
necessary. You gotta fool somebody to be with you because they being with a
Mm-hmm.
fake you. You don't know how to be true to
Yep.
yourself.
Right.
That's true.
My
Absolutely
thing is,
true.
if you gotta choose, if you got something to lose, why you choosing?
Yeah.
There's no choice. If you're
Mm-hmm.
if you're in fear of you losing something, there should be no choice to be made.
Absolutely fact. All fact.
Yeah, that's the problem with black people today. They just dishonest. Just
Yep.
dishonest people. So, eh.
Well, it's not just black people, bro. Come on, Man Baby. It's not just us.
It's
Now,
other people.
I don't, yeah, I don't know if he's black or white or whatever. It doesn't matter. But we can't just like pin that on black people because
No.
you have seen a lot of your favorite celebrities and people that are white, like Leonardo. What's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. He cheat on every woman that he fucks, every single one. So
You don't get to be with somebody like Leonardo DiCaprio and think they just got to be with you.
yeah, like what's the other guy? George Clooney. Like he just got tied down and got married because honestly, he was getting up there in age. But you know how they say like men, our dicks pretty
But
much
what
don't
does that mean
expire.
though? When you have money like that, what does that mean? That doesn't mean you don't cheat. That means you just got
Exactly.
enough money to pay somebody off to shut the fuck up.
Bingo, bingo. But I got a feeling, Man Baby's gonna challenge us. So go ahead.
Hey, homegirl. Hey, you need to go get you need to like do a little survey. Um like it's a difference between like when somebody cheat with a random,
Mm-hmm.
you fucking a random because you might feel like you can get away with it. And plus,
Mm-hmm.
the girl, whatever girl that you with, no matter how pretty she thinks she look, guess what? There's always somebody out here with some better pussy, and a dude is willing to pull that motherfucking slot machine and be like, ding, 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 just to see if he got a winner.
Right.
Sometimes he ain't got a winner. But guess what? He's sticking his dick in that slot and willing to pull it because guess what? The sex wasn't exciting at home. But if it was, guess what? He gonna come home so he can get some of that.
Mm-hmm. That I agree with.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah. Um, People who cheat randomly, that's kind of scary to me. Cause
Yeah.
it's kind of, you ain't got no standards or stipulations for your wang.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to have some sort of standards for your wang at a certain age. To me, like young people, I understand it because they stupid and they have the space to be stupid. But older people, it's just like dog. Especially when you got shit to lose. And when I say shit to lose, I'm not just talking about a family. I'm talking about you got a career, you got a business. You're not in a position to have some random woman dipping into your money because you done skeeted.
Yeah. Well, you wanna know what's funny? And I know we got the other voicemails, but 2020 was the first year that I ever heard of people being honest with themselves when it comes to relationships. In 2020, I had never heard in any other year of my living other than 2020 where women said, you know what? Like, if a guy told me that he just wanted to fuck, I would probably be down with that, and that's because like previously, like if you were to go to a woman and say, you know what, like I like you, I'm attracted to you, I don't want a relationship, I just want to fuck, um that was frowned on. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I personally have never heard of it until 2020, maybe 2019. And that's because, people are starting to accept their sexuality and be happy with the fact that they just might want to fuck. But prior years, I never heard of this. Like, as a guy, like, that was single, if I went up to a woman and was like, yo, I just want to fuck, it's like, well, is that all I'm worth? Is that all you want? Like, it's like, it's not what I want. It's not the only thing. But like, right now,
It's
I'm
what's
attracted to you.
needed for me right now.
Yeah, but that's what everybody thinks. Like, everybody's like, I'm attracted to that person initially because obviously, like, I see you first before I know anything else about you. So if I'm sexually attracted to you, yes, I want to be able to say that. But in previous years, I couldn't just walk up to a person and say, you know what, like, I'm attracted to you, but I don't want to be with you. And I'm sure somebody will say, well, Greg, it's always been like that. I'm like, it's always been like that for us men, but it was on the woman to say, you know what, like, absolutely not. But now it's become more acceptable for a woman to say it back, to be like, you know what, like, yeah, I want to fuck too. And that's just it. And it can be something. But before it was always a guy saying, hey, I want to fuck, but I don't want to do anything too serious. And a woman would go and say, well, let's ride with that, but I still have feelings for you. And then shit started to get convoluted. And then it snowballs into cheating because the guy didn't say up front, hey, by the way, I only want the sexual aspect. So that's just my train of thought and the way that I see things. Obviously, people can see things differently. I know they are because we got voicemails. So,
Ow, ow.
Yeah, cut that shit out.
Listen.
It's the black people, man. Listen, other people are dishonest too, but they keep their community together. We keep tearing ours apart, man. Just being dishonest, deceitful, lying, cheating, greedy, whole bunch of immoral stuff and everything. But we can't keep nothing together. Other people do it and keep theirs together. It's like somebody that drinks every day but still go to work, and then you got the drunk who can't get up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? We like the drunk that can't get up in the morning. Everybody else is drinking too. You right. They all doing it too. But they going to work. Come on,
That's
man.
true. That's true. I slightly disagree, but hey, that's your opinion, bro. And I'm all for it. Different opinion, but I appreciate it. So shout out to Man Baby.
Exactly.
I personally heard of that, stepping to a woman and just straight up telling them you want to fuck plenty of years ago, over 20 years ago, if you want to be honest, probably 30 years ago. And, yeah, that's just the way it was, man. You just, you go for it and you say what it is, you keep it 100, and people respected that. And some people with it, some people not. But this is the way things went. I never been on a date, so I don't know nothing about all that trying to fool nobody into liking me. I just keep it straight.
Yeah. And shout out to that. Like, it's just weird. Like, because I'm married, and the things I see as a married man, I see things a little bit differently now than I did when I was single. But even, regardless if I was single or married, I've noticed a shift in things where women, honestly, they say things, they want things, and men have become pretty fucking soft. If it isn't evident with like rap and stuff like that, like the rapper men are more emotional because, like, what was like Snoop Dogg was talking, like he doesn't like Megan Thee Stallion's lyrics and WAP and shit like that's like, bro, like, you know, like it's weird as shit to me because the roles have kind of reversed from men to women, and now when you see things, you're like, damn, like that was us, but we can't take that shit. So, tying it into the whole cheating scenario, when a woman cheats or when a woman leaves a guy because she's interested in another man, we get really offended by that shit. Like, damn, like that bitch done left me, or she, something like that. And it's like, but you would do the same thing if you were in that position. So that's why I say cheaters only cheat with the willing.
Greg, would you
Yes,
like
ma'am.
your wife to buy you some boxers that hugs your balls?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going
Sacks
to
under.
skip this ad because I'm scrolling down IG and I'm just like, what's so special about these boxers? And they're showing how it holds men's balls.
Yeah, Sacks underwear. I'm telling you, that underwear, I've been trying to get them as like an ad placement for the show, and it's spelled
Yeah.
SAXX. So they have something called, like, they have underwear that are really soft. I actually have about like 15 pairs of them. They have what they call the ballpark pouch. So what basically
Ball.
it's an area for your dick and balls to be completely separate from your left and right thigh. And the reason why they do that is because as a man, that like having your dick just like flopping around and shit like that, one, you don't want it. But number two, like shit starts to smell throughout the course of the day because shit's rubbing together. You take a piss or something
Yeah.
like that. You shake all that stuff, all those scenarios. But the ballpark pouch keeps like your nuts and berries like together. And I'm telling you, man, those underwear are fantastic. I think other brands like Hanes and stuff, they've been trying to do it, but the issue is those underwear, like they're uncomfortable. Hanes underwear, they stretch out after like 2 or 3 wears. And I'm trying to think of the name of the actual cut of the underwear because there's boxers with like the button dick holes and shit, but then the ones that like they look like training shorts. If you want to like if you go on a run, like these underwear by Saks, they are fucking comfortable. Honestly, I have not
Well,
had
that's not
another
the
pair.
company that I saw, but I sent them. But they look comfortable.
Oh, you sent it in a text? Let me see.
It's on IG.
It's on IG. So go to the next voicemail while I look at these.
Okay.
Look, women, they go be more discreet with they shit, right? But a dude, he go tell you what the fuck you want to hear so he can get in them draws. If you think that, oh, you met this man and this and you think he ain't slanging dick, if you sitting up here being in all the motherfucker, like, oh my God, oh girl, look at him, he just walked in and all this other shit. Guess what? He already been slinging dick before he met you.
Yep.
You thought you met Mr. Romeo. Guess what? He was slinging dick before he met you. Yeah.
Yep.
If he fucking with you and you are random and y'all make this, hey, guess what? You thought he was attractive. It was already some girls that thought he was attractive, slanging dick.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's just the fact of it. People out here slanging dick. It ain't no secret or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You send me slanging.
Fact.
I hate to say this, but he's right though, because it's kind of like we want y'all to be honest, but when y'all are too honest, it's kind of like, oh well. So it's kind of like a 50-50 type of feeling with that.
Yeah. I don't know if she was talking about like what I said or what Man Baby said. So hopefully she can leave another voicemail. Yeah.
So like if you want to get one of them dudes that ain't slanging dick, or one of them dudes that ain't attractive, you can go on Twitch, you can go on YouTube, or you can see the little dude that's avoiding the vegetable aisle at the local grocery store, and you can holler at him, or you can go, or some people be like, hey, it's not about the looks, it's not about that, it's about his personality, and you can go be with them. 80% of the population go say he ugly ass motherfucker type people. Hey, it's somebody for everybody, but generally we slanging dick when you on the other side of the fence.
I'm done.
He let y'all know, slinging dick. Shout out to him. Shout out to Reno, man.
Listen, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it that there are some guys that society really doesn't go for that's out here with godly packages. I don't put it past y'all.
Jesus.
Man, Snoop Dogg can shut the fuck up about Megan Thee Stallion. That nigga been talking about killing cops, killing people, and all kind of weed smoking, all shit forever. So he can cut the dumb shit, trying to be politically correct and whatnot, and kiss ass.
Yeah, that and this really ain't the show. When it comes to like news and stuff like that. But that situation really kind of fucked me up because it's like, yo, like how many like you made movies. You talk songs about like honestly, bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks came from you. Oh my god, man! I'm done.
That's that double standard when it comes to men and women that will always be there no matter what. Like they don't ever wanna allow women to be in the same spaces or get the same groups supporting them in music
Mm-hmm.
and vulgarity like men do,
Yeah.
because they feel like a woman doesn't belong in those spaces.
Yo, Greg, if you really want to get some women, I know you said you married now and whatnot, but for your
Mm-hmm.
homeboys that might be like you and whatnot, and really ain't never lived to play a life, uh, tell them nigga they can get some man baby cologne, man. Get that man baby cologne. The women go crazy for it.
Oh, we gotta talk. We gotta talk, man, baby. Let's talk because we all about support and anything. Like honestly, like I want to know what the damn cologne smell like. Man, baby cologne. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love smelling good cologne on men. Listen,
Yeah.
let me.
You know what's
Ain't
so
nobody
funny about
wearing
Greg?
that shit, man. Let my dick swing. You crazy as hell. Keep them drawers to yourself.
Oh Lord! Shout out to man, baby. He's wilding tonight.
That's the thing too. We expect y'all to be honest, but again, it's just like we can't accept that honest because it's too honest.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want it. I want
Yeah.
all this. I don't want any man coming to me worried about my feelings first. No, tell me what you need to tell me, and I am old enough, mature enough, and grown enough to deal with my feelings after that. I don't need you worried about my feelings. You're not my daddy. You're not here to make sure that I can be able to maintain mentally. That's what I'm here for. Just tell me what you need to say so I can tell you if I can deal with that or I can't. And that's the thing. Selfish people don't give you the space or the time to make that decision for yourself. They make it for you, or they back you in a corner where you have no other options but to deal with that bullshit for right now.
See, look, if you buy the little cheap plenty pack of Hanes, you go get that little stretch out shit. But if you buy the more expensive Hanes, like that is only 3 in a pack at Target and stop being cheap, you know, your shit don't stretch out. If you buy higher quality underwear, shit don't stretch out. Some people only they want the little 12 pack and you wash them and then you got holes in your drawers. But I mean, if you got saggy nuts, you can get the little daddy tuck. Go to the doctor and they make your balls. They go resize that little incision that you got when when you was a baby. That little shit that go up the middle.
Oh my God, Reno is wild.
My God.
No, Reno said go get the incision changed. Pretty much. Reno is amazing. Shout out to Reno.
I don't
Rockstar.
understand why this shit is 18 plus, okay? Because I don't care.
Jeffrey, go to bed.
Exactly. We're not children. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
See, back in the day, right? People can change. Like back in the day, guess what? I was handsome, fit, physically fit, and I used to slang dick. But guess what? Now I'm chubby, I'm fat as fuck, I'm out of shape, I play video games, I like to eat a lot of pizza rolls, and my face done rounded out, but I'm still handsome. And guess what? I'm still slanging dick. Because now I'm just a handsome, like some Gerald Levert type shit. I'm just a handsome, chubby guy. But I'm still slanging dick. But hey, somebody out there for everybody.
Listen, that's a fact. And that's the thing, like I said, I was up to like 6 a.m. in the morning from today. And I was on Twitter tweeting, minding my business. And somebody was like, I was stating like all of the standards and things I would like in a man, right? And I was like, well, maybe I'm crazy for one of these things. And this guy gonna say, well, the thing is, maybe a man has all of those qualities, but then when you start talking about what you want in a man physically, then society's gonna laugh at you. And I said, the thing is, right now, I'm not. I don't really care too much on uh, specifying what you need to be physically as a man. I just need you to be healthy. I need you to be not stubborn about being better. I need a face that I can look at, not just your mother can look at and love. I need good hygiene and a good hairline. And if your hairline is suffering, you're not scared to shave that shit. That's it. Everything else, listen, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not about to see that repeated through procreation because I'm not having any more kids. So I'm not even picky on the physical.
Agreed.
But there's some women out here who are very picky on the physical and very picky on what they want this man to have financially, lifestyle wise. But then when you look at them, it's just like, well, can you live up to a man's standard?
Mm-hmm. See, that's a whole nother episode right there. We're going to have to talk about that because, yeah, buddy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was raised to be honest with the women. So I just tell them like it is. When you ain't got nothing to lose. You ain't got to hide nothing. Anything. You got to be like, well, I really like the way you look from across the room, and I thought I'd just get to know you and everything. I'll be like, nah, I just want to know you tonight. Maybe, tomorrow night, depending on how I feel or whatnot. So if you want to be real with it, it ain't going to be last that long, whatnot, but it's going to be good for the moments that we do spend together. Like that. Because I don't want you around like all that. Because next weekend, I got some more pussy to get. So that's how you keep it real with them whatnot. Next thing you know, you getting your dick sucked watching Netflix. That's what it is. I don't even watch Netflix like that. But I'll watch it if she gonna suck my dick while I'm watching it.
Oh my God.
He's a man baby for president. Goodness gracious. Wow.
Okay.
Wildin'.
Okay.
Hey, your name is Jeffrey Hunter. Shut the fuck up.
Tell him. Go to bed. We are at 11:02. So you know what this means. This means that we about to wrap up the show. We enjoyed you folks. If you have any short stories that you can put in a comment, please put them up now. My name is Shan from She Gets a Podcast. That is Greg from Young Black and Bothered. We appreciate everybody falling through to Loudmouth Stereo on the Stereo app. This episode was Relationship Horror Stories. And if you came in late, don't worry about it. We about to post it up either on Young Black and Bothered or She Gets a Podcast. Just give us at least 24 hours. We about to have you right so you can listen to the show on your time while you doing your thing. But we do appreciate you guys coming through. If you did like the show, still subscribe, share, like it, clap it up. I'm going to go through these last voicemails. We appreciate you for listening and all of your good comments, making our content poppin'. Greg, do you have anything else to say before I get into these comments?
Yes. Ladies, you want somebody who's slanging that dick. That is the moral of the story. Shout out to Reno. If Reno said it, it must be true. And you gotta like somebody to sling some dick to you. I have some notes before we wrap up. Clout Chase earlier, she mentioned squeezing that nut out like ooze. So shout out to her for that great gem. Shan said, that's your sis. I'm sorry, that is your sis talking about dudes. So that was definitely on the list of things that I love to hear. What else do we have? A lot of people want a relationship, but there are some who, but there are some who want someone as a permanent audience member. So we talked about that. We talked about shared experiences and growing from them. The comment of honestly 2021 so far is being deep inside some wet ebony pussy. So that right there,
that
takes
was
the cake.
crazy.
That is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. So shout out to, I forgot who it was, but shout out for that voicemail. Honestly, like I think this was a great episode. a lot of
Yeah.
relationship horror stories weren't told because I think people didn't really want to open up to it. But I'm sure y'all have had like horror stories. We might have to do a part two, where honestly we just open up the calls and say, you know what, y'all tell us y'all shit. Y'all heard ours. We want to hear about you. Um, I want to hear if somebody like stole something from you or somebody ended up having to fight you. I want to hear them like horror stories. Please let me know. Obviously on Loudmouth Stereo. Outside of that, man, we appreciate y'all for actually coming through, leaving voice notes, fucking with us, and everything that Shan said. You better do. You need to follow, like, subscribe. We just love that shit. But Shan, you can close us out.
All right. So, if you ever had someone steal your dog in a relationship, I'm sorry. Damn. If you ever fell in love with somebody and they broke up with you, I'm sorry. Damn. If you were talking on the phone with somebody while they were blocking you on all of their social media and their phone, I'm sorry. But you do not
Oh boy.
have to bring that shit into your relationships in the future. And
Mm-mm-mm.
the same person you laugh the hardest with will make you cry the hardest. And that is a
Mm-hmm.
fact, okay? Relationship horror stories are real, but we don't have to keep reliving them if we get out of our denial that sometimes we may be the problem, and it is okay to be single. It is okay to be by yourself for a while.
Mm-hmm.
There's no time frame on when you can get married or have a child. I know women are always worried about their timing in their 30s, but it's really up to your health. If you take
Yeah.
care of your body and your body is not a toxic place, you can have babies in your 60s, okay? Don't let
Yeah.
these doctors fool you. But I'm going to get into these messages and I'm going to keep this thing going just for a little bit and we got to get out of here.
No, you really ain't got no say in the game, young lady. You talking about you got kids and shit. You last on the pick list. So you just gonna have to hold out. When they get there and he halfway bored with the George Jefferson and all that, you gonna have to accept that. Cause there ain't nothing else coming
Oh
that
boy.
way. All that looking good and hairline and shit and everything. Nah, you finished. You gotta get the bottom.
No, don't. Listen, he remind me of Mike. Mike was like,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta take the little bit of what's left with the straight men that's out here and who got what they got left. I'm saying no, I don't. I feel
Mm-mm.
like there's a lot of men who have kids already because those are the only men that I'm interested in. I'm not interested in the man that doesn't ever want kids or hasn't had kids and who are
Mm-hmm.
still good looking and who are still flourishing out here despite them having children. And that's who I'm going for. So I'm not listening to nobody telling me I gotta take the one with the receding hairline and missing teeth
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just go to
Mm-mm.
work and clocking every day. Sir, and
Yeah.
I ain't got a problem being single. Excuse me.
Mm-mm.
Shit, me, my ex walk out with my dog. It's the new bitch problem.
What? What you say?
Yo.
I'm
Wow.
fucked up. Yes, I'm fucked up. It's me.
I'm done. What's up, bottom
Oh
kid?
my lord.
I
Mm-mm-mm.
appreciate y'all coming through. This is cool.
Absolutely, man. Yes, indeed. We got to obviously, tell them that next week we got two more shows. It might
Oh yeah.
even be three because
Listen,
I'm gonna get my shit off next week. Yes,
listen,
I'm definitely. I was so excited. I want to talk about the shit tonight. I was like,
listen.
fuck.
Greg put up the wrong show that we were about to do tonight, and he put it up on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, and he put up the wrong show. And I said, Greg, we are not doing that show tonight. So Wednesday we'll be back again at 8:30 with another show. And Saturday we'll be back again at 8:30 with another show. So
Mm-hmm.
you catch us in between time, in the meantime, on Young Black and Bothered on all your podcast apps. He will be dropping shows this week. I
Mm-hmm.
myself, Shan from She Gets It, will be dropping shows. My other show, Cozy Womb Podcast, for those of you who are parents out here, I have shows that will be dropping this week. So don't be a motherfucking stranger.
Yeah, y'all better follow. You better like it, subscribe, and honestly, go back and listen to some old episodes too. Don't just listen to the most recent five. There's enough episodes, honestly, to get you through at least until the inauguration, even more. So, if you got, during COVID, y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all ain't doing shit. Listen to the podcast. Listen to some of the podcast co-hosted or guest and all that. Because, man, there's so much content. You might end 2021 learning some new shit. So, in saying that, this has been Loudmouth Stereo, and I'm Greg. Who are you, Shane?
Yeah. Peace.